cute square jaw ass was on.
We got a lot to talk about, man. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all see the title. I got the camera on the wrong side. Y'all can't see my Rolex. We got a ton of things to talk about, man. Yeah, no one is safe. That's why you see the Pirates jersey, because when we take prisoners of war, there's nobody that comes back. So I want to just jump right into it. She ethered everybody on the scene. So let's talk about it.
Us at any day and any time can easily be the next victim of profiling, racism, this, that, and the third. So by staying on code, it simply means that I'm not going to sit and say or do something that could possibly also disparage me, because then them folks are going to sit there and pull up your soundbite like, well, you said if you just comply, you say that wouldn't happen. Being on code simply means we're not going to say or do anything ourselves that can potentially put us in a bad situation. It's a very simple conflict.
That's a great point. The only thing I'll add to that is that it has to stop there, because if we go ahead and have preconceived notions about what law enforcement is going to do at the stop, it's going to bleed into the interaction with law enforcement, and we've seen what happens when we pull out the phone and record. That's already putting a law enforcement officer in the defensive. So to be honest, this is a two-way street. If you think that you're black and you act like you're black, and you think an officer of the law is going to treat you a certain way because you're black, it's going to affect the interaction with law enforcement. Trust me. We could really dive into the nuance, and that's what we're here to do today. But O.J. Simpson, perfect example. He's a black man that they saw as white. It's possible. It happens. It's black, but it's treated like somebody that is white. So I see where you're coming from, sis, but like, that don't work, because nobody's going to be even killed with law enforcement. You're going to pull out that phone and you're going to start.
Some people think that being on code means that you sit there and say that black people ain't never wrong. No, what it's saying is we're going to have some dignity. We're going to have some self-respect. We're not going to sit there and, open up our issues to other races of people to come give their opinion. Because as we know, white folks got their own problems they need to be worried about. We don't need white people coming in here, being a mediator for us and the problems we're having. Being on code just simply self-respect. But then what ended up happening is a lot of their audiences were like, oh no, this ain't it. Okay. If these are alleged manosphere, members or whatever like that. And they were like, why are y'all were up all night yelling and screaming online. Pearl is not racist. Like, putting your cape on for her. So what ended up happening is a lot of people in their audiences were like, oh no, this ain't it. So they started losing traction, started having people kind of coming at them like, it's not giving. So then they have this brilliant idea. That what we'll do is we'll start going after the black women on YouTube in order to distract people from what's going on with Pearl. Okay. So they immediately start attacking women like me, women like Danica, Courtney Michelle, and decided to use us as a shield to redeem themselves from embarrassing themselves for caping for a 26-year-old white woman from the Midwest.
Like Pistol Pete Maravich, his dad said, you're close, but that's no cigar. It's not the manosphere and women pinning themselves against men. It's women and men in the black community not coming together, and as one we unify. If you look at, and I started doing my due diligence, we're going to talk about it here later in this video. I started down this rabbit hole. The rabbit hole we're about to go down, it's just the tip of the iceberg, but I don't really truly believe that black men in the manosphere space are actually pinning white women against black women. It's actually a sex battle. They're trying to pin black men against black women, and the divide, it's divide and conquer with the sexes. And I've been saying this about Pearl. It's such a slippery slope. Stay tuned. Let's go.
instead of them dealing with their audience on their own and saying, hey, y'all are saying this wasn't it, my bad, it definitely was not it. We'll retract that statement, or they could have stood on it. Either way, it would have been their business. But instead, they decide to bring black female YouTubers into it. And if you know the history between us and white women, to pit a white woman against a black woman and uplift her over a black woman and, disparage and antagonize black women with a white woman, it's honestly just lame. Like,
individuals with anti-black.
The one thing about having a grandfathered AT&T unlimited plan that they always try to get me to switch up, because it's the only plan that doesn't get throttled and has unlimited data, is the fact that I see everything. The video Jason Black did was phenomenal, and what he's about to talk about right here is facts to the 100,000th degree.
And white supremacist sentiments. Now, most of them have to speak in code language, and it's code language that we document very quickly and very easily, but they speak in code language. And that code language gets passed around from one place to another, so it's like this cult. And the thing is that this is about YouTube and its culture of boosting and creating white supremacist and white supremacist adjacent media channels.
Got him, coach. Yeah, so when I entered college, I was a football athlete, and one of the conundrums about being a student athlete is that you don't get to choose your degree. You don't get to choose your degree path. I came in as a physics major, and my physics lab coincided with football practice, so I was enabled to continue a physics degree. And that, to me, just showed me that the collegiate universe it's in itself corrupt. So you have to walk out of there with a liberal arts degree or your teaching credential or whatever it may be. You can actually attack some of the harder curriculums that you want to, but as a physics major, you have to come in and do Calculus 1 and Calculus 2 in your freshman year as a requirement. Before you're even at the sophomore year time on campus, you're already in advanced statistics and beyond. So I love to crunch the numbers. So he said that there is a code that needs to be cracked, and guess what, sir? We've cracked that code. The code is the thumbnails. So I went down the rabbit hole to find Pearl trying to pin black men against black women. Oh, I found evidence of that. But that white supremacy talk that he was referring to, let's take a look at some of these thumbnails that Pearl has been attaching to her videos.
This isn't just about Pearly things. It's bigger than her, which is the point that I've been making for weeks.
Okay, this one says she finally understands. That means there's an innate attitude that she didn't understand to begin with, or there is a lack of thought, a lack of intelligence, maybe. Another black woman insinuating that most men are virgins. So it's a shot at men. This is another negative thumbnail. Black woman. Okay, this one is actually one I wanted to throw in there by Melanie King that actually shows a thumbnail between, it's an organic thumbnail between a black man and a black woman that doesn't disparage the black man. It would be considered a clickbait title, but do you see the difference there? Like it's a very innocent thumbnail. So let's keep going. Okay, so do you really want equality? Modern women gets destroyed on equality. So the arrow points to her stating that she basically won the debate. The eye is drawn to Pearl, so obviously the girl that got the Christian Rock caterpillar eyelashes lost, and she got destroyed on equality. So that's another inferiority insinuation there. Let's move on. These modern women are just delusional. I'm a 10. Okay. This one is 7 months ago. Modern women demand traditional outcomes. So what's the insinuation here? That they just want more. Like they're not satisfied, or it's not a negative connotation between all the white women here on the panel. We could say that Shorty's a yellow bone right there though. So that one's probably hit or miss. Okay, I wanted to kind of compare these. Obviously, look which one gets more traction. Like Six was saying, They want to be in our space because we double up on the numbers. That's just facts. They want to copy the hair. They want to go tan. They want to the BBLs is, hey, let me, there's white girls that got BBLs because they want that juice too. They want to copy the entire blueprint and just the whole aura of the melanated community. And it starts with, realistically, this thumbnail search was how Pearl pins men against women, because men and women in the black ecosystem are the most divided of the groups. So basically what Jason was saying was fact, that they use, YouTube is using Pearl, they're fueling the money train. And the money train, she started out her whole rise to fame with pinning men against women. So Six is right, but it's deeper than that. She wants us divided from men and women, and then she goes to the finale, the dagger, which is skin tone. All right, so after she's been caught, I don't even want to say allegedly at this point, let's take a look at of her recent thumbnails that she's been promoting on her channel, because she's not going to she's not going to stop pumping out content. I wonder where King Riches is at, you know what I'm saying? He obviously ain't running stairs. 3 hours ago, Modern Women in Dating. See, that was white. Modern Women called a big prank of all time. Another, white collage. And Jason, I found it, bro. The code is here. She got outed on the one channel, but guess what? Pearl Talk, that black avatar is still getting used, cuz. She got schooled. Why does it have to be Shorty on the right that got schooled? Why couldn't she have gotten schooled? Oh, no, never mind. There is hard proof of my evidence there. Again, they won't respect you anymore. We need to meet the thumbnail guy. We really need to be introduced to the thumbnail guy, because every title that pins a man against a woman on Pearl's channel is directly this. It is the black couples that they are focusing on. So it is a structural disintegration from men and women. And then once we are pinned against each other, I made the infamous mistake of karate chopping my microphone, so I lost 10 minutes of audio, but it's all love, it's all love. So where we left off was, we are now over here in Pearl Talk because the million subby channel has been outed, and we are still needing to fuel what Jason Black, his blueprint that he's already laid out for us. This is a turkey-sized magnitude. You know what I'm saying? Where fault lines are crossing, and yes, it's this extensive. This is a 3-part series. I want you guys to stay tuned. I'm not going to give you everything, but I will dangle that carrot, just like the never mind. You guys, if you stay tuned, we can really talk about it. But this is scary stuff, guys. Like, now we're on Pearl Talk, and these are, as you see, 6 hours ago, 1 hour ago, and on the main channel. See if she uses any melanated individuals on the main channel. It's all, you know what I'm saying, crystal clear to us. But over on Pearl Talk, we still using the same avies. You feel me? She slept with them all. So that one we didn't really talk about, but there we go again. It's a black woman. So Pearl is saying, oh, she slept with them all. She's devaluing the black woman. She is making the black woman look inferior, and additionally, she is making the black woman less attractive to the black man. It's all subliminal, but it's no longer subliminal. The internet is alive, and we got tentacles for sure. Every woman must know about birth control. It doesn't sound good. This one is to show that Pearl is the knowledgeable one. Let's continue. Nothing negative connotation there, but the black Avi. I enjoy breaking up. Another devaluation of the individuals with the extra chromosome, right? Every guy must know before dating. So why are you devaluing black women, man? I personally want to unify completely. If Pearl wants to sit down, we can sit down, but I ain't got no subs. I don't do this for subs. I don't care. I feel sick today. I'm not feeling well, but this has to get out there. I have to make this video. This is why this video is being made. And we are on direct evidence. This isn't a hypothesis. This is a theory. There's a big difference because this is backed by facts. DJ 100 was good. The spouse you choose matters. We are now elevating a man with great taste in suits. Let's just leave it at that. Right here we have, why do women friend zone guys? So when we have a Spanish Latina in the thumbnail, we don't devalue her. We put her on a sexual pedestal because, as we see here, all men want, and if you want to be honest, most men are going to click this and be infatuated from a physical standpoint from this thumbnail, but it's nothing that has a negative connotation attached. And one of the last couple that we'll talk about is the man with the great suits. We'll say that, the great beard, no minoxidil. Marriage diminishes a man's value. A byproduct of that is the thumbnail is acknowledging this man's value. Let's continue. Women don't want equality. Now, this woman in the thumbnail has, great taste. She's got the Al Borland swag popping off and great use of PPE, but she's in a high profile position and she's not. Yeah. We cracked some of the code, but this ain't all of it.
Niggas don't move like that. Like, only lame niggas do that. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is. This shit is just lame. So now, Pasty made these comments about the Black community, about slavery. Majority of Black people were like, oh no, you over here making all this money off of us and exploiting our problems, exploiting our issues. Like, this ain't gonna work for us, okay? We not with it, we not feeling it. But there was some Negroes who decided to come forward and say that they don't think that she's racist, okay? And the sad part about it is these are men who have careers and platforms built on education and discernment. We got lawyers, businessmen, teachers not understanding what racism is, which is extremely discouraging. Okay, that's why you got to really vet who you hire and who you listen to about business law and everything else, because they are here not understanding very basic concepts, which is discouraging to say the least.
It's obvious Six hasn't done very much business with men on a high scale because there is a term, and that term is business is business. If we're doing money handshakes, there's so many money handshakes that happen, not with me, but that happen because greed is and money is the root of evil. The devil uses moolah to pretty much run the world, and the sentiment is that men will do deals with no moral compass at all. As long as the transaction is finalized and we can go on our separate ways, people will do that. Everyone is saying AD was a great friend. No, he was not. His music career was on the out and outs, and he latched on to a no jumper security position that turned to a Snapchat news opportunity that elevated into more. He, as soon as he could, off of some hearsay, you're going to make a decision of what you might have heard. I'm not making no decisions off of what I might have heard of what somebody might have said. You know what I'm saying? He left when he had the opportunity to leave. But if you stand on morals and high ground, even you going up and doing an interview with no jumper, knowing he's a white supremacist, is not stand up. So obviously AD knowing going there like, yo, this guy kind of, you know what I'm saying, is saying some sly stuff about us in the background and elevated Josh. Josh got a better position than all of them. Wonder why. Listen to Josh on the live streams. 3, 2, we're live in 3, 2. No, you're already live.